Hi, this is Dee. Welcome to Unknown. This is an unknown area, so we are just here to, talk, beat stories, as they say, discuss stuff. But this discussion is just about. This discussion is for one person, so it's more of a monologue, but there is room for discussion. As you know, every time we talk about unknowns, there are things that that happen, but people really don't talk about. Yet they really, really happen, and they affect our day-to-day lives. There's a friend of mine who wanted me to discuss what happened to her after they lost their mom. Apparently, we have so many taboos in Kenya. We have so many different what can I call them? Let me just call them taboos. I don't know if they still exist in this era, but they've been in play. They've been in play since our ancestors. I have experienced some. Many people I know have experienced some, and different tribes have different taboos. So this friend of mine, she's Luo. She was trying to tell me what happened after they lost their mom. That is some rituals they had to, uphold for their lives to move on later on in future. What struck me the most was the fact that after the burial, they were asked to go. Not after the burial. Before the burial, or immediately the mom passed, the law or the rule was that you're not supposed to engage sexually, whether you're married or not, whether you're older or you're sexually active or not. You're not supposed to engage in sex until you're given a go-ahead. So the first thing you're told is leave your matrimonial home, get into preparation for the burial. After burial, or the same day after burial, or the following day after burial, you still stay at home. I mean, not your home, burial site where the parent is buried. Let me just go into story so that I don't talk like I'm dictating what it happens. Let me tell you a story of what happened. So after the burial of their mom, of course, the following day now, people are dispersing, neighbors are leaving, friends and relatives are leaving. You're left there, immediate family is left there. You're not supposed to, get into it. Now that's where you know that she's really gone. You're left with your sisters, your brothers, yourself, and there is a huge amount of, grave behind the house, next to the house, front of the house, depends where you're buried. So she tells me after the burial, they were assembled by the village know it all. Sorry, relatives who needed to talk to them about the things they were to do, the things they were not to do, the do's and don'ts, those. So she told me their relatives told them they have to engage sexually, but it cannot be at the same time. So you see now, sex starts from the firstborn as she or he descends. Yes, it descends, goes down. The firstborn finishes, informs her or his follower. Then the follower does it, finishes, forms hers or his follower. Like that. It's a trend, but it goes like that. So she told me it was kind of weird for them to do that because, as in an African setting, it's not easy sitting down discussing sexual stories with your sisters, your brothers. Maybe there are some families that are so open, they'll discuss sex, tell you, I had sex, this and this. But she tells me it wasn't an easy thing for her or for them to do because they're not sexually open. So when they were being given those instructions, one thing they were told was, remember the sex. This is what she tells me. She told me, remember the sex is unprotected. The sex is unprotected in the sense that for the taboo, for the ritual to manifest, you have to have unprotected sex. Whether you're in a relationship, whether you are married, whether you're not, whether you've been sexually active, whether you're a virgin, whether you're not, you have to, it's like cleansing. You have to cleanse yourself and let the next person cleanse themselves and go like that until everyone is done. I found it so strange because I felt it's demoralizing, it's uncouth, it's immoral. Immoral in a sense that what if I wasn't sexually active? What if I wasn't having sex? What if I was a virgin? I'm saving myself for, marriage or something. What struck me in her story was the fact that they had a little brother who was in school, and that was the last born. So can you imagine a little kid, maybe who has never even gotten involved in sex? He's told to go have sex with someone, and in the same order, she had sisters who are not married, sisters who are not married, sisters who are not in relationships, sisters who are known to be very, very godly. No, not godly in a bad way, but I'm saying, okay. People you don't expect to be sleeping around. So can you imagine, as godly as I look, I have to have sex, then I call my sister and say, hey, I'm done. Yeah, it's not funny, I know that, but those are things that really do happen in African settings, and people want to ignore them. People ignore them. People think that these things ended with our ancestors, but we really still follow taboos. We really have to do these rituals. People believe that when you do them, there's some spiritual cleansing, there's some blessings you're bringing, there's some morality you are balancing in the house or in the homestead. But I personally, I'm not going to tell you that I agree or disagree. I just want people to know that they're happening. People are going through stuff. Unless you talk to someone about their own taboos, people only get to know about someone's tribe during, let me just say, elections. Because during elections, people are so guarded. They just want to guard their own. But when you sit down with someone from a different tribe and you just go deeper, ask them, what do you do? What do you people do when someone, is getting married, when someone is wedding, when someone is dead, when someone is has achieved something, positive ones as well? You'll find very many things that would surprise you. So in this issue of a taboo of sleeping with someone because you have to cleanse yourself, or rather finish that ritual, it's not something I would condone. I wouldn't say I'd protest. If my family is doing it and I'm told do it, I will have questions. I'm not going to say I'm going to rebel everything. I'll have questions. Let's learn to ask questions. Let's learn to unlearn some stuff. Let's learn to be our own selves keepers. Guard yourself, but also get to know other people's stuff.